Your point seems a little vague.
My point, Sister Janice, is that someone went through my bag while I was in that room.
Are you accusing me of some sort of cheap trickery?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Tricks.
Hello, Columbo fans. This is Sean.
And Steve.
And if you're listening to us, that means you must be desperate because we are in our between season break, and there haven't been any episodes from us lately. So we're going to relieve your desperateness by talking about a Mrs. Columbo episode.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, specifically, we're going to talk about A Puzzle for Profits. I have been waiting all day to talk with you about this, Steve.
The best program with the name Columbo episode ever made.
So, this is on YouTube, folks. So if you have 45 minutes of your life that you can spare, it's not long. I would encourage you to watch it before listening to us. Just go into Mrs. Columbo, A Puzzle for Profits. I was on YouTube and I was looking at some of the Mrs. Columbo material, and they're all on there. But I encourage you, if you do not want to watch any of Mrs. Columbo, and I understand if you do not want to watch any Mrs. Columbo, I do encourage you to go to Kate Loves a Mystery. Go to any episode after the first season.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the episode of the second season, but this is where I saw it. They changed the opening sequence.
Right.
And instead of the folksy little, da-da-da, the happy little thing that we see, it is a grotesque 70s or 80s mishmash mockery. My brain hurt. It's worse than the opening to K9 and Company. And so...
Well, and I think we should mention, though, the YouTube channel that's hosting this... is the Kate Crusade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cute name.
Yeah. Apparently this person uploaded this show, or this episode, a year ago, so not too long ago, and it was already at 39K.
Wow.
Downloads, yeah.
Wow.
So it is getting some views. Definitely more than I thought it would for a Mrs. Columbo episode.
Yeah. So, what's this thing about, Steve? Please tell us.
The show in general, or this particular episode?
This particular episode. I guess we should eventually get around to that.
So, okay. First off, we're introduced to I guess he's an entertainment manager.
I don't know
I'm guessing.
what he is. I don't know what he is.
But his name is Sid Russell. And while I was watching this, I like to have IMDb up so I can see the actors who's playing. And Sid Russell, surprisingly, was in one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes.
Really?
Yeah. For the life of me, I can't think of the name, but it's the one where he plays a genie, and it's an old couple who they own a pawn shop, and they've just run out of money, and poor people come in begging for sell them a light bulb or whatever, matchsticks, so they get some money. And the husband would give them money, and the wife was like, "Don't do that." So they have this lamp. Oh no, this woman takes in this old oil lamp, and so he gives her like $5 or whatever. Well, he's trying to clean it so he can put it for sale, even though his wife says that's a piece of junk. No one's going to buy it. Well, out comes a genie, and it's Joseph Ruskin, I guess. That's the actor who plays Sid here. But the weird thing is, I thought in that episode that was... Oh, shit. I bet you that's not that episode. Let's start over. Oh, God. Is it not? Oh, hold on.
I can just cut that out. The whole thing about the Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, no, I think it is. Okay, but... Okay, yeah. But, okay, so he pops out as a genie, and he grants him 3 wishes. Of course, the caveat is, every wish, there's that one little thing you've got to be careful of. Like, I wish I was rich, but you end up being sued the next day for every penny you own, kind of thing. It's
like the monkey's paw type thing.
Yeah, the monkey's paw. Yeah. So he was in that. He's in that Twilight Zone. Really, really neat. I did not recognize anybody else besides Kate McGrew in this. Did you?
No, absolutely nobody. I looked up the actress who plays the killer. Her name is Francine Tacker. She has not been in anything major. She's been in a couple TV things like Dallas. I recognize the guy who played the doctor, the pediatrician. His name is Lee Wallace, and he was the mayor in Batman. But yeah,
he was.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I remember this, even though it's been forever since I've seen the original, not the original, but the Tim Burton Batman movie.
So I'm trying to remember the character. That was which person?
He played the mayor. Lee Wallace was the doctor, the pediatrician that has the pacemaker.
Yeah, the pediatrician. Yes, the really creepy, like pedo looking. Likes to stick little girls with needles.
Yeah. So Sid Russell, what the fuck is he? I don't get it.
Go ahead.
We see him go to this very elegant, large mansion. He walks in, and there's a girl, like a young girl, like maybe she's like 18, 20. I like to think she's of age, hopefully. She's sitting there reading a book, and he says, "Oh, you cut your hair." And she says, "Well, that's the way I like it." And then he says to her, "I'll tell you when you like it." Or something like that. I'm like, okay, well, I guess, interesting. We guess he's an asshole. And he says, "Well, where's Judith?" And she goes, "Oh, she's in the, what do they call it?
You mean Janice?
Janice.
Sister
Janice. Oh, she's in the, what do they call the room, though? The appearance room? The engagement room?
No, the experience
room. The experience room.
Oh, no, was it the experience?
The
experience room. It was, yeah.
Which is where Sister Janet does her readings. She's a psychic. And it's the most hokiest psychic I've ever seen.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah, this room is so cool. It's got little buttons that automatically close the curtain. And
yeah.
And what else does it have? She can light some kind of medicinal incense, I guess.
Yeah, she stole Santini's revolving heat thing that he tries to use as an alibi. But that's for the whole room, so it looks like you're underneath the ocean. And she plays creepy music, and she pretends she can read people's thoughts.
Yeah. So her backstory is what she, according to her clients, she was in an accident. She almost drowned, and so she had a near-death experience at the bottom of the sea. I'm trying to what gave her powers, but after that event, that's what she came back with.
I can't remember, but
psychic mind reading. She can read your mind. She can see into the future.
And surprise, surprise, it's all bullshit. Because
of course,
in reality, she was just working in an electronics factory when Sid discovered her. Probably, and he's like a con man, and since she's prettier than he is, he taught her to read people's fortunes. So, yeah. And how exactly Eve, the young girl, is in with this, I don't know.
Yeah, and they kind of hint. I mean, we know pretty much at the start that Sister Janice is a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hoaxer. But Eve, she's not a sister yet. They kind of hint that she might have some ability, though. Did you pick up on that?
I just figured that she was the new, up and coming girl that Sid was going to replace Judith with. That was implied. I've got a very murderous self-portrait vibe here with these two ladies living in this mansion, and Sid, for some reason, lives off on his own in his own apartment. I don't know why these two.
Well, it's a real swanky apartment.
It is a swanky apartment. Yeah, it is.
A lot of purple.
But why does Eve?
Well, no. Yeah.
Why does Eve live in this big mansion with Sister Judith? I don't understand it at all.
Maybe to learn the trade. I don't know. But yeah, so Sister Janice wants to renegotiate, I guess, their contract, or the contract she has with Sid. So she knows he's going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
So she, I guess, premeditates his death prior to this episode, or prior to what we see in this scene.
So,
go ahead.
And what a death it is, let me tell you.
Yeah, very interesting. A little over the top, but yeah. So next scene we see Janice is being interviewed by Kate Columbo.
Mm-hmm.
I almost called her Kate McGrew, but that's the actress. But Kate Columbo, and of course she totally hook, line, and sinkers tricks Mrs. Columbo into believing that she can read her mind. And how she does that is, Kate goes into this room that we were just discussing. They sit down, turn down the lights, light some incense, and then Eve then rifles through Kate's purse and reads off to a I don't know what you call it. It's not a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's a earpiece with a
earpiece, right? Yeah, and she's going through photos. She sees a photo of Jenny. She finds Jenny's report card, which, funny enough, Jenny's not very good at math. She's making a C. And she sees her husband, which I'm assuming is Frank. So I don't know.
Yeah. And what if Mrs. Columbo didn't leave her purse in that room? What if she decided to take it with her? Mm-hmm. What if she had nothing in the purse except for like a roll of quarters and some cocaine? What?
Then she would say, like, Kate, I think you have an addiction issue.
So,
yeah, good point, because the setup to Sid's death is dependent on this psychic reading with Kate. This has to happen because.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, folks, for you listening, if you haven't seen this, I beg you, just watch it up until the death if you want, because I kind of we don't see how she does it, but we see how she does it. But we'll get into it a little bit later. So she's with Mrs. Columbo reading her fortune, or not reading her fortune.
She's a Libra too.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Columbo's a Libra.
Yeah. What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Sean, do you know?
I'm a Leo. How about you?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay, I knew.
I'm kidding. I do know. I liked her boss. What's her boss's name?
It's Henry Jones.
Editor.
I don't remember. Mr. Gardner, I think, or played by Henry Jones.
Yeah. So yeah, that's his opinion on the matter. But anyways,
we cut to Sid, and this is occurring at 10:30
in the morning.
Yeah, and
now Sean would normally be getting up at this time. I'm already planning my lunch for the day.
Sid's at home in his apartment. He wakes up at 10:30. Maybe he was out late last night because I don't know. I don't know what this man does, but he wakes up.
Oh, he goes to like stalk young girls and say, "Look, I can make you rich and famous. You got to live in a house with another two girls." Yeah. I mean, the guy's a perv. Yeah. Come on, there's a lot of pedos in this one.
Oh, and Sid has a heart problem. That's kind of established at the beginning. They mention it once or twice.
Right. I did not catch it at the beginning. Yeah. No.
And so we also know because he's got a bottle of pills with some water next to him on the bed. And so he wakes up to the TV is on, and it's Judith on the TV, and she's like,
"Yeah, oh yeah, the TV turns on by itself, right?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it starts playing. Yeah.
And she says, "Welcome, Sid, to your last day on Earth," and all this, and I'm going to kill you and all that. And she has a gun in her hand, and she pretends like she's going to, I can't remember what she says. I should have just written it down and read it, but he goes, and he sees this, and he goes to call her on the phone, but Eve answers the phone and says, "No, I can't disturb her. She's with a client." And then, but she responds to him on the TV and says, "That's right. I'm with a client, Sid. You can't talk to me. But it's too late anyway, because I'm going to kill you." And somehow the TV explodes. And
she shoots the gun at the from the perspective, she's shooting into the room from the TV.
Right.
The TV actually explodes. And so you're like, wow, how'd that happen? I was really wondering how she pulled that off.
I was genuinely puzzled. Well, that's why it's called A Puzzle for Profits. But and so Sid dies of a heart attack. Okay.
Right. Now, did we mention that during this time where she's with Kate, that she's reading Kate's fortune, and then she goes into, she's like, "Oh no, death, death, death." She says, "Oh, don't worry, it's not you. It's somebody. It's related to me. It's Sid. He's in trouble." And so it gives her the alibi that she is with Kate during this whole time during his death, which is her alibi. But she's able to kind of put a little feather in her cap that she accurately predicted the death of this guy.
Yeah, which was a really big mistake because that's...
Well, I guess we'll go over the stupidness of this murder but, at the end. But let's keep going. Okay. So...
I'm just thinking about... It's okay. Because at first I was like really impressed with how she did this. Like, this is really cool. How does this...
Okay, we can talk about it. But why would you do this? She spent the time and money leaving evidence all over the murder scene just so that the guy she's going to kill is going to see this message. Like, she just really wanted him to... I don't know, what's the point? Like, she went really out of her way, and the odds are timing would not have pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have called... Like, it doesn't make any sense why she set this up. Why make so that the TV explodes? Why set up in the room next door, in the apartment next to this one, the CB radio, the ham radio? Why did she do all she had? I mean, she just had to do one thing, kill him that way, and he would have do it while he was sleeping. He would have died in his sleep.
Yeah. I was thinking, well, she should just, you know what? Hit those pills. Just put something in his pills. It's a really overcomplicated, what the fuck kind of murder. Mm-hmm. And we'll get into it a little bit more, but...
Okay.
Well, I mean, it works out cleverly, you know, the idea, but she does something so extremely stupid that... Oh, we'll get there.
So, Kate ends up leaving just totally floored by the accurate reading that Sister Janice gave her. And we see Eve now wants... She tells Janice that, I know you don't trust me, but I think we should be friends. I really admire you. You know, we should get along.
Yeah,
which,
let's
weird. What?
Let's do... Never mind.
I heard that. Okay. So Kate walks. She gets a call. I don't know. She ends up going to the crime scene,
mm-hmm. which the police are totally fine with her being there. Of course.
At this point, I think they're used to her, right? So who's the character that's? He's like looking at the vehicle or something like that.
Oh, the doctor. He's the medical examiner or whatever. He's like,
oh, he was the medical
examiner. Don't bother. Okay. It was a heart attack. Because
the way he delivered his lines was very fascinating.
He has no actions. He's just writing on a notepad. He doesn't even look at her. He's like, I wouldn't bother. It's just a heart attack. Or something like, okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. Just a heart attack. But there's something so stupid here, in this scene here. So, she talks to a cop, and this cop is so stupid. He's like this...
Yes! they're like the most moronic, bumbling police department. Oh my... Where does she live? What town is this? I kind of get the impression that all the people that work on the police force are related to each other.
Yeah, he is really bad because there are things in the crime scene that, first of all, that Kate doesn't even notice that I noticed. First of all, the cop's conclusion is that as he got up from getting a heart attack, he saw something on the TV that he didn't like and kicked the TV in. That's
as one would do.
Yeah, as you do. Yeah, exactly. But if he kicked... Okay, now, Kate brings up a couple things. Well, first of all, at 10:30, the TV was set in Channel 4 at 10:30, and that would be the Mother Goose stories or something like that.
Right, well, stories with Mother Goose on Channel 4, yeah.
And also, he's barefoot in his pajamas. How would he... he's not... What's his name? Bruce Lee. But also, if he kicked the TV in, there wouldn't be glass all over the carpet
on the outside.
Yeah. Nobody says anything
that's Scooby-Doo 101.
Yeah.
I learned that from that cartoon.
And this is never brought up. Oh, man. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Kate also notices that on the bookshelf above the TV are some videotapes lined up.
Yeah, it's his collection of young girls that he interviewed.
And it is!
Yeah, no, it is! He's got a collection, which is really creepy.
And they are supported, next to them is a bookend, or actually it's more like a statue of like a naked lady.
A naked woman, yeah.
And Kate kind of figures, well, maybe he broke it with the statue, but maybe not. I don't know. So, yeah. I don't know why Sister... What's her... Judith? By the way, the actress who played her was terrible. She was probably the most badly acted murderer that we've done in 60-something episodes.
I don't know.
Oh, she was terrible. Terrible. I don't know why she's there. Oh, it's because I guess he was there visiting her the night before or something. But and there's an empty apartment a suite next door that nobody bothered to check who's renting that out.
Right. Like, what did you hear? Did you hear anything? I would think I'd go next door just to say, hey, there's been an incident. Did you see anything? Or, hey, why is this room empty? And why is there... Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I liked it that, I guess VCR tapes, or VCR players were new technology whenever this was released.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kate goes, isn't this one of those machines that you can watch tapes on? Ooh.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
her husband would have been perplexed.
I know. Only Wade Fowler has this technology right now. But it was and by the way, it was a VCR that took the big, huge, like that they used to use in television studios before everything went digital, which is it's basically twice the size of a VHS tape. I don't know why he doesn't have maybe that's the way it was back then. I don't know. So.
What was that William Shatner one? Where
that's why I said Wade Fowler's the only one who has it.
Oh, that's the name of the character, Wade Fowler.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You got me.
Fade into Murder is the episode, which actually that was before this, so I guess the technology hasn't adapted that much. So, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So they're at the crime scene, and of course, Sister Judith, she shows up, and they look at the machine, they open it up, and there's no tape in it. So Sister Judith must have been there beforehand and removed the tape.
Right.
Well, riddle me this, Steve. Why didn't you
just keep it? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things. Why didn't she clean up the crime scene?
Exactly. Because
I don't think she had time to take the tape. I honestly don't think that. I think that was never explained.
It's possible, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, next scene, Kate goes back to work, goes back to the newspaper office. I forgot the name of it, the Greenleaf or whatever. Green Sheet.
The green. It is. Yeah, good Greenleaf. That's
Greenleaf. That's a publisher.
Yeah. I can't remember. Okay, I can't remember the boss's name, but I think it's Mr. Gardner. But I may be wrong. I'm sorry.
I think his first name's Josh. I think. But so yeah, he tells Josh this fascinating story about this woman that she saw the psychic and she predicted this death, and it's crazy. Of course, he doesn't believe it at all. He thinks it's all tricks, but he's doesn't really care about the murder. Like, he's not intrigued. He's like, yeah, whatever, just get it to me. But I need that article on the hollyhocks from you. What is that? That went over my head completely. What's a hollyhock?
Oh, it's a hollyhock, and it's a type of flower. So she wrote an article about somebody who had grown some prize-winning hollyhocks.
So Kate will do local interests in regards to someone's flowers, and then she'll move on to homicide, murder. I mean, it's so weird.
Well, then she'll go and interview a psychic, but he
go interview. Yeah,
he has one brilliant line in this scene though. He says, I lost hope when I found out that ice cream cones were hollow on the inside. I don't know why I think that. I just think it's kind of a cool...
I don't understand why... What? Why would he say that? I don't understand.
I don't know. She was trying to talk him into more interesting pieces, and he's just sort of this disillusioned or disgruntled, old editor, and he doesn't care anymore or whatever. Let's just write a story about some hollyhocks.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And Kate goes in her purse, and she makes a funny face when she gets out her car keys. Like, huh. And I think, Kate, why didn't you notice this before you drove to the crime scene? Anyway, okay.
Very strange.
Yeah.
So we next scene was we get to see Janice and Eve interact once again. And I don't know. I mean, I think there was one point where I guess Eve is doing some kind of investigative work on their clients.
Yes.
And apparently she has Eve spying on Sid as well. And Eve brings up that she noticed a woman. You know, when I say that, at first I thought it was a lover. But I think Eve noticed that Sister Janice was going into the apartment next door. Like, she caught her doing that.
Oh, yes, that's absolutely
right. Because before she says there was a woman that went into his building, but it was into the apartment next door.
Yes.
And I thought, that's a lover. But now I'm putting it after the fact that we found out that Janice rented the apartment next door so she could plant that CB radio.
Right.
Interesting. So she was calling Janice out. It's like, I know you did it.
Yeah, exactly. But and I thought, well, you know what? Eve is going to be victim number 2. But you know what, Steve? Nope, doesn't go anywhere. That doesn't go anywhere.
No, just very awkward conversations.
And Eve, this relationship kind of reminded me of the one with Lee Grant, where she kills her husband, and then her stepdaughter thinks that she did it, and there's a lot of like, what was the name of it? Ransom for a Dead Man. I think it's a little too soon to be playing Lady Lawyer. Oh, Marcia. So Mrs. Columbo decides that she's going to pretend that she wants to rent Sid's old apartment. I guess furnished. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, would you want to live... I mean, I know apartments are different than homes. Like, in Texas, at least, when you buy a home, you have to list that someone died on the property. I guess in an apartment you don't, but would you want to know? I mean...
Yeah.
And would you leave all his sex tapes and stuff?
So, so she goes, and the apartment lady leaves her alone. She's like, well, I'll let you dream, and then leaves her alone in the apartment so Kate can snoop around. And so Kate, I can't remember what she does with the VCR, but she goes back to the VCR, and she goes to put the statue that was next to the tapes back there, but she can't, so she puts it someplace else. And I instantly thought, oh, that's a clue. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm. Not the first time, no.
Oh, you've seen this more than once?
Well, I rewatched the scenes because I wanted to see if that actually happened, because I couldn't remember.
Oh, okay.
So I rewatched this particular scene again. But yeah, the naked woman statue is now on a different shelf because there's no room for the statue anymore.
Right.
Which is a clue.
Because somebody put another tape up on top. Why? Who? I don't know.
What? Yeah, what? The only person who would know about it would be Janice, and why didn't she just dispose of it?
I don't know.
Leave it there? I mean, of course the cops are going to go... I would assume the cops would go through that, seeing if they could... I don't know.
So there was no tape in the VCR. That means she had to get there after Sid died, but before the police showed up, remove the tape from the VCR. Then she shows up at the crime scene, and then later on puts the tape back on the shelf. And it's isn't it the tape of her? I'm going to kill you, Sid.
Saying, I'm going to kill you.
It's
the last day of your life. All that, pretty much explaining what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incriminating, absolutely.
And Mrs. Columbo tries to act out how Sid died, according to the police, and she pretends that she's him sleeping on the bed, grumbling about Mother Goose, and kicking the TV in.
Kicking the TV, yeah. We also find out that the leasing agent for the apartments, left the keys for her so she could lock up when she's done and bring it back to the office. Apparently, is a key for all the apartments in that building.
I didn't. That's right. I forgot this happens now.
Because that key worked on the key next door.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, she locks up and then she decides, because I guess someone they heard the gunshots, so she went next door. Instead of knocking, she just unlocks the other apartment, and it's an abandoned apartment. And she sees a single chair set up with a CB radio with a timer.
Yes, and somebody has taped over the reception button, or whatever you want to call it, the button that you press when you talk into it. And I'm like, that's interesting. And then
So why'd she do that? So it makes sounds?
Why did the killer do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why was it?
Okay, so Sid had a pacemaker, and they
Right.
explain it later on that CB radio interferes with pacemakers.
So when you're talking, I guess when it's transmitting, that gives out some kind of wave, some kind of carrier wave that will interrupt pacemaker.
It won't stop a pacemaker, but it will. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm just really glad I don't have a pacemaker, because that sounds really. I mean, anything could just set it off. Like, oh, I'm having a heart attack because my wife just came home and on the garage door.
You could be heating a burrito in a microwave, and.
Well, if you have a pacemaker, you probably shouldn't be eating burritos in the first place. So we know that Judith. Am I getting the name right? Is it Judith? I should have written it down. I was just so
Janice. Sister
Janice.
Janice.
Janice. Damn it, Janice. No, Janice, like from the Muppets. Okay. So Janice has been there to put the tape in, but she hasn't bothered to remove the CB radio.
Wire. Not only that, wire the TV with an extremely large timer. Now, timers aren't what you and I would think of, be like a little tiny matchbox size thing. I mean, the thing was the size of I don't know, it's a relatively large box.
Yeah,
metal box.
It's a box.
with a timer. It's metal, like an old analog dial timer. She had to hook all that up. Again, she went through a lot of trouble just so she could deliver a message that timing, it would have to be extremely precise.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I don't understand. I mean,
if she wanted to kill him, it would have been a lot easier. Like you said, either mess with medication or have the thing go off at 2 a.m, so it looked like he died in his sleep. Like, why was it important that she tell him, I'm going to kill you?
That was to scare him. I guess it was to scare him because all of a sudden she's on the TV, she's talking to him.
So that would would help kind of start his heartbeat going. Right? Is that the
that would be the trigger.
Okay. Maybe that's it.
That would be the trigger, sort of. And then when the TV actually explodes, that would be the straw that broke the camel's back, and his heart would give out. Oh, wait a minute. If it was on Channel 4, and that's there was some program on Channel 4 at the time, wouldn't the TV have to be on whatever channel it is in order for the VCR to be on? You know what I mean?
I was thinking of that. I think back in the day, when I was playing my old Atari, you could put it to channel 2 or 3.
Ours was 3 or 4 because there was...
Was it 3 or 4?
It probably depended on where you lived because there was an actual channel 2 in Chicago. That was CBS. And then 3 and 4 were for your input for your VCR. And then there was a channel 5. So,
okay.
Wow, I don't believe I remember that.
Okay, so... so Kate finds the ham radio.
We go,
and now
go ahead.
Yeah, so she I guess she has to research how pacemakers work. So she goes to visit her pediatrist. So Jenny,
pediatrician. Jenny's pediatrician.
What did I say? Did I say pediatrist or a foot doctor?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's a foot doctor too, but pediatrician. Thank you. As long as it's not a gynecologist. But anyways,
oh my gosh, no, a gynecologist wouldn't have a creepy clown balloon thing in his office.
A Pennywise the clown balloon thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a.
Yeah, what? Why does he have a? Why does he have a helium, a clown shaped helium balloon blower thing. I don't even know
It's
what you call
for
it.
yeah. I don't know what you call it either. It's for the kids, Steve. Anyway, he gives Jenny a balloon, and
He freaked her out though, saying, Jenny thought she was going to get a shot.
yeah.
And he was loving it. He was just... I'm telling you, this guy was a creep.
And Jenny says, "Am I going to have a shot?" And he goes, "Not this time, Jenny, but your mom might." I just can't get over how dumb this is.
He just wants to get Mrs. Columbo in bed. Because, yeah, he was really... so she wants to ask Dr. Lee Wallace, whatever his name is, ask him about pacemakers. And he goes, "Well, I'm not a cardiologist, but..." I mean, he just... Yeah, he wants to please her.
Yeah, he clearly wants to please her a great deal. But when she asks him about pacemakers, he goes, "Well, I'm not a cardiologist, but I do have one." And I instantly thought, he's got a cardiologist? Oh, wait, no, he's got a pacemaker. So, yeah. So, I think that this scene was primarily just to somehow shoehorn a scene with Jenny in it, because probably...
Poor Jenny, yeah, she doesn't have many scenes.
Yeah, not as much as she did in Word Games. So...
I liked Word Games.
So Kate goes to talk to Eve and tells Eve about, and I don't know why she goes to talk to Janice. I don't know why.
Okay,
just don't write it down. I'm really.
Oh no! Before that scene, actually, Janice has an appointment with a client, Canfield.
Yeah, Mrs. Canfield.
And I guess because Eve had already looked up that she was having an affair, she kind of played to that by telling her, "Yes, you must embrace new love," and you know, I don't know what else she says, quite honestly, but something along those lines. And that's when Kate comes back, and she wants to talk to Sister Janice again.
Mm-hmm.
But during that time, she's talking to Eve and just telling how we're going to get to know each other much better soon. And yeah, Eve is really kind of clingy, isn't she?
Yeah, and you know what? Janice says something so weird. Oh yeah, she says to Kate, "Eve is my friend, and I'm sure you're going to be my friend too."
So, Kate confronts Janice by basically saying, she's calling her out. And this is when I looked at the time, and we're getting pretty close to the end. Thank goodness. But yeah, Kate is, man, she's tough as nails. She will call you out. She doesn't play a game. I think when she was done with Janice, she basically says, "I know you're a hack, and this is how I know you did it. You searched my purse, and this is how I know you did it, or that Eve did it." So basically what she says is, "I found my keys were not where I left them, basically, in my purse."
Mm-hmm. They were attached to her spiral notebook, which
as opposed to being in the bottom.
Yeah, she's
but Sister Janice is still trying to play. No, I'm a psychic. And I like that. She says, "I have 4 what'd she say?
I don't know.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Premature ejaculations?
No.
4 PhDs?
No, she had 4 other premonitions.
Oh, premonitions. That's right.
Not pre-jack, whatever the hell you just said. But anyway, she said she had 4 of them before. One was when she was 11, when her mother died, which makes me automatically suspect that as a young girl she killed her mother. 2, the second time she had one of these was when she was in her 20s, and her young boyfriend mysteriously died. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. Mm-hmm. The third one, which actually I kind of like this, because the third one you're thinking, obviously the fourth one's going to be about Sid. Yeah. Oh, no. Mm-mm. The third one she plays is, the third time's Sid. And the fourth time is in the future, Mrs. Columbo, and I'm afraid it might concern you. I love that threat. I loved it, because I totally thought Sid was going to be number 4. Mm-hmm. But no, she pulled that in at number 3. And it's basically told Kate, "Hey, you better watch yourself.
It's you, Mrs.
You're
Columbo.
next.
You're next. If you don't stop nosing around."
I think those are all people she's killed, though.
Yeah, possibly. I think her mom may have been an accident though, because she was 11 years old. Oh, and while she's having this conversation, Eve goes into the engagement room or whatever, the experience room.
Changes into an all-white gown.
Sits down in that chair, makes her hair all pretty, and I don't know why, but I guess she's just sort of telling Janice, "I'm going to be taking your place soon, bitch," or whatever.
Yeah, and she says, she tells Sister Janice to sit down as she's sitting in the main chair, the chair with all the buttons on it. And she's got her hair combed out onto the chair, this white gown. It almost looks like she's going to be a virgin sacrifice. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's very cultish looking.
Yes, very. And then she says, "You may call me Sister Eve." And she goes, "Say it." She's God! She went full psycho in less than 2 seconds in the scene. Eve is taking over.
Yeah. But that doesn't go anywhere, because in the next scene, first we get to see Jenny again. I'm sorry, I thought the only part was in the doctor's office.
Jenny has at least 2 scenes per episode contract, or a clause in her contract.
So she's making a cake, and she's been eating the cake too, because she's got cake sauce all over her mouth.
But she screwed up the recipe. I don't know how.
No, it was. Mrs. Columbo says it wasn't you, Jenny. It was in the book. The book got it wrong.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. So then she goes to put the book away and suddenly realizes she has a premonition of when she couldn't put that naked lady statue up on that shelf.
Yeah, but they don't say that though. You don't do a flashback. She can't put the book back, and then she says, "Oh, we got to go see your aunt." Okay.
No,
why?
I have to send you to. I don't know. I don't know. And next we see Janice doing something that she should have done, I don't know, days ago. She goes to the empty apartment next door to Sid's to remove the CB radio, and of course she discovers that it's missing.
Yeah. Because
Kate has already been there. And she goes into Sid's apartment, and there's Mrs. Columbo laying on the bed and on the TV.
All comfy.
Yeah, all comfy. Like, I'm just going to have a murderer come in here. I don't know how Kate knew that she was going to be there. But on the TV, he's playing an old tape of Janice, and Sid's instructing her how to fake being psychic. And Mrs. Columbo basically tells her, and I'm rushing this because I can't remember that well, even though I saw this today, explains to her that, there's a device behind the TV and the VCR with a timer, so it would go off at 10:30 and play this tape, and then there's a bomb inside the TV that would explode. Why the police never saw this device, I don't know. But yeah, and then Janice pulls a gun out and is going to kill her, but wait, no, the CB radio's here, and
it's been transmitting this whole time, and everybody heard, and so she says, "Oh, I've got witnesses," and she removes the tape off the receiver of the CB radio, and all you hear is like, "Who's that? Is that Sister Janice? Who's going to shoot who? Oh my God, did you hear that?" So, and she goes, "Who's it?" I would have thought, if I was Sister Janice, and my only witness is Kate, while she was getting ready to reach for something in the nightstand, which was the CB radio, I thought Janice would have shot her right then and there. Because what is she reaching for?
Exactly.
Right?
But the logic of that magnitude simply does not exist.
Yeah.
But what is not explained in this scene is that the murder tape, the tape that is actually played when Sid is killed, it's not up there. It's the tape that shows. No, it is there. I'm sorry. I take that back, because I'm watching it right now, and this is a mess. Let's just cut the cord, so to speak.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Don't you really want to know?
Okay, I was wondering who the father of my baby was.
All right, let's take a look. The Miss Cleo DNA test. I'm solely searching for the father of your baby. Oh, it's the one that's very unpleasant, okay?
Okay.
And he's also the one that had another girlfriend while he was sleeping with you.
Yes, he did.
Yep. That's him. That's the daddy.
Okay.
But you knew that.
I wasn't sure.
I don't know how. The baby looks just like him.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so you were in denial. Because he has a funny little chin, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and the baby have that same little chin.
Oh, my God. Ooh.
The cards can reveal things that you will never see by yourself. Call me now for your free tarot reading.
Call 1-800-980-8637.
And,
All right,
and,
ready for the review number?
Yeah, 1 out of 1007.
No, I get to pick. Why? I get the number, right?
No, I'm guessing it's 1007.
Oh, no. Why'd you say that, 1007?
That's his apartment number.
No. So, what would you rate this, Sean? 1 out of 10-4. Good, buddy.
10-4. Oh, okay. 10. I get you. Who goes first, me or you?
I'll go. I'll go first. I think you went first last
Okay.
time. So, well, I'm going to say what did I like about this episode? It was 45 minutes long. I truly do like Kate McGrew. I think she is really good. But the story was all over the place. So many plot holes. I guess out of 10-4, I would give it a 10.
Okay. All right. I understand that. So out of 10-4, so it's basically like 104, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm like you. I don't. The only thing to like about this is actual Kate Mulgrew's actual performance, because she's adorable and charming and all that. But this is a mess. This story is a fucking mess. It is the most awkward murder. Clanky. Why did she do it this way? Why didn't she do it this way? This doesn't make nothing is made. It doesn't make any sense. Eve could just be taken out of the story altogether. She doesn't do anything.
There's no point. Yeah, there's no point in having Eve there. I don't even understand that.
But my only guess is that maybe the script was longer at one point and she kills Eve, or maybe they added the stuff in there so it would fit 45 minutes.
Well, I thought at the end when Kate got really aggressive with Sister Janice, it's like, I know you're a fraud. I mean, basically calling her out on the floor. I was shocked by how frank she was with her. That was a little surprising.
Yeah. I'm going to go with you. I'll just give it a 10. It was better than Word Games, though.
Oh, no. I liked Word Games. I can't believe you didn't like it. But I think this is the worst so far of the Mrs. Columbos I've seen. This is the worst.
You know what? It is. It's bad, but good kind of bad. Like, no, I think I can.
I'm glad I saw it.
Okay,
I'm glad I saw it.
I'm never going to watch this again, and
me neither.
I think maybe it was worse than Word Games. I think it's really bad. It's bad, people. It's really bad, and I really can't wait. We only have one more, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think they put the good ones on the DVDs, and that's the last one.
Yeah, this one should. Yeah. So wait, how many seasons how many episodes are in the first season of Mrs. Columbo? Is it just
6? 6? I know this.
And so we reviewed 5 of them so far?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last one we have is Caviar with Everything. So, okay.
All right. So this was the only one that wasn't on the DVD set.
No, this one and Word Games weren't on the DVD set.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right.
they saved like the best ones for the DVD set, and to think that A Riddle for Puppets is one of the best ones.
That is probably one of my favorites. Anything with a little mannequin clown doll thing is creepy as hell to me. So.
I have a soft spot for the Donald Pleasance one. I thought that was pretty good. I like that one. Okay.
So, do we have any feedback?
Yes, we've got feedback. All right. We've got quite a bit of feedback. By the way, guys, I want to say the folks, Edward Bliss, I want to give a shout out to him. He's been making a lot of comments on our YouTube channel. We now have over 130 subscribers on YouTube, which I never thought that would kick on. I mean, I thought people listen to podcasts. They don't listen to YouTube videos, but
yeah.
All right. Let's see.
That's cool. Well, what are any comments on the YouTube videos then? Or?
There are lots of comments, but there's too many to... Oh, wait! I know. There was one comment I wanted to mention. Somebody commented on the... oh, gosh. What was I going to say? Which one? Columbo Goes to the Guillotine. We said something about flat Earth or, the Earth is round or something to that effect. I don't know. I don't remember the context. But there was somebody that posted on that comment... On that particular episode, they said, "You mean you believe the Earth is actually round and that it orbits a gaseous?" Apparently, we pissed off a flat earther.
What? No, are you serious? Or are they being funny?
I am not being funny. Somebody actually.
I bet they're being. They're just.
I guess it may be also have to do with the context of our discussion. So I don't know.
Honestly, don't remember talking about it, but okay.
All right, we only have one tiny bit of feedback. Another one from Man, or maybe it's Mon. And he sends an email. The subject heading is quiz. Difficulty level, medium. So I guess he writes lots of quiz questions, and this is a medium one.
Okay.
What is the only episode Columbo was contacted by radio from his car?
Oh.
There's a hint. Do you want to hear the hint?
Yes, hear the hint.
Soap, Lieutenant. Soap.
Oh! It was the one where he's driving the DMV guy, right?
That would be negative reaction.
Negative reaction. Yeah,
I think that's it's a soap, Lieutenant. Soap. I believe it's a friend indeed, because soap was found in the dead woman's lungs, and that's when the.
Yes.
But I
don't remember that. Okay.
I don't remember Columbo getting a call in his car though. So. Okay. That's the only bit of feedback we have is a quiz question. He doesn't give us. By the way, I might be wrong. He doesn't give us the answer. Yeah. So, but
he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Oh.
But I think that is the only one I can think of where the soap, Lieutenant Soap. That's got to be a friend indeed.
That's a good episode. I just don't remember that scene where he's talking on the radio. But that would have been such a background moment.
Yeah. Okay, so now that's my favorite part of the show, Steve. Why don't you step on over and spin the wheel?
This is my favorite part too, Sean.
Oh, I'm so happy. We've got 9 left.
Wow.
Yeah, 9.
Okay. So, I think before we spin the wheel, we should mention, though, this is Sean and I's 10th anniversary.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah, we've been podcasting together for 10 years.
Yes.
This month. Or by the time this is released, right?
Yes.
It'll be 10 years. We both started doing a Doctor Who thing, and we migrated over here to the Columbo verse. Is that a thing?
I guess it is now. The Columbo verse. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not quite.
Happy 10th anniversary, Sean.
Happy 10th anniversary. Mwah, mwah. Okay.
Oh, God. You kissed me on the lips. Oh.
Your beard got in the way.
Yeah, you got some of it in your teeth.
So,
okay, let's go ahead and spin that wheel then.
Yeah, spin the wheel. Okay.
I'll spit on it too, and call it my bitch. Yep.
No, that's never mind. Okay.
I'm waiting.
We are going to watch.
Yes.
A Matter of Honor, starring Ricardo Montalban as a murderous matador.
Yes.
And I happen to know you have seen this one?
Yes.
and you.
I think I've pretty much seen them all at this point.
Okay.
They're almost guaranteed. So,
Yeah, that's what we're going to be watching next.
The only thing I remember from this one, just saying it right now, is giving that guy who watches the cattle a bottle of tequila to go drink himself stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a Mexican stereotype there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of 3 episodes, I think, which do not take place in the United States. It's this one.
See, I thought this one took place after the cruise episode, but
it does.
It does not. Oh, it does?
Yeah, because
sure?
it's actually that the cruise episode is actually brought up in the beginning.
But how does the car get? We'll discuss that next time.
Well, you'll see. So yeah, Matter of Honor with Ricardo Montalban.
All right, ladies,
and we'll talk about that next time. So in the meantime, what do we do, Steve?
We say good night.
Oh,
and good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Columbo Confab podcast. To email us with a comment or question, write to columboconfab@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter @columboconfab, and look for us on Facebook. If you're enjoying the show, please leave us some happy reviews on iTunes. I love clues.
And the Oscar goes to...
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 Hi, my name is Sean, and I am the co-host of the Best Picture podcast. Each season, my co-host Eric and I randomly select a year and talk about the Best Picture nominees of that year, with each episode dedicated to a different movie. Did the Best Picture really win? Were there any overlooked movies? Was anything nominated that probably shouldn't have been? Listen to us and find out. Look for us wherever you can get fine podcasts.